Have you ever wondered why some people seem to multiply their money year after year, while others work hard but always stay in the same place? The difference is not always in how much they earn, it's in how they make their money work for them. The truth is, saving alone is no longer enough if you want to build a solid financial future. You need to learn how to invest and, most importantly, understand where to invest. The good news is that investing is not just for millionaires or Wall Street experts. Today, anyone with the right information and a clear strategy can put their money to work, no matter their starting point. What once seemed exclusive to a select few is now within reach for everyone, thanks to technology, digital platforms, and financial education. In this video, I'm going to show you how to invest your money wisely and where to put it, based on your goals, your risk tolerance, and your time horizon. We'll explore options ranging from safe and stable investments to those with higher growth potential, so you can make confident decisions that fit your financial vision. Imagine that instead of letting your money sleep in a bank account, every dollar you save becomes a tireless worker generating profits even while you sleep. That's the power of investing, and today you're going to learn exactly how to harness it. Step 1. Define your investment goals before you put a single dollar into any investment. You need absolute clarity on why you're investing in the first place. Think of your investments as a road trip. If you don't know your destination, you won't know which route to take. Your goals will determine the type of investments you choose, how much risk you're willing to accept, and how long you're willing to wait for results. Start by asking yourself, am I investing for short-term needs, like buying a car or funding a vacation in 2 years? Or is this for medium-term goals, like a home purchase in 5 to 7 years? Or maybe it's for long-term wealth building, like retirement in 20 or 30 years. Each timeline requires a different strategy. For example, short-term goals might need safer, more liquid investments, while long-term goals can handle more volatility in exchange for higher potential returns. You should also consider your personal risk tolerance. Some people can handle the ups and downs of the stock market without losing sleep, while others prefer steady, predictable growth. Knowing your comfort level will keep you from making emotional decisions that can sabotage your progress. Once you have your goals clearly defined, you can begin to design an investment plan that aligns perfectly with them, and that's where real confidence comes in. Throw my money tip. Clarity is the foundation of wealth. When you know exactly where you're going, the path becomes much easier to follow. With your goal set, the next step is to decide how to spread your investments so you protect your money while still growing it. In the next step, we'll talk about one of the most important principles in investing, diversification. Step 2. Diversify to protect and grow your money. One of the golden rules of investing is simple. Never put all your eggs in one basket. Diversification is the art of spreading your investments across different types of assets so that if one area underperforms, others can balance it out. This strategy helps protect your money while still allowing it to grow. Think about it this way. If you invested all your savings into one single company's stock and that company went bankrupt, you could lose everything. But if your investments are spread across stocks, bonds, real estate, and maybe even some alternative assets, the risk is reduced. The poor performance of one area can be offset by the gains in another. In practical terms, diversification could mean having a mix like this, a portion in low-risk investments such as government bonds or certificates of deposit, another portion in stock market index funds for growth, and perhaps a smaller portion in real estate or commodities for additional stability. The exact mix depends on your goals and risk tolerance, but the principle is the same. Balance risk with opportunity. History has proven that diversified portfolios tend to perform more steadily over time, avoiding the extreme highs and lows that come with putting all your money in one place. And in investing, steady growth is the key to long-term wealth. Throw my money tip. A well-diversified portfolio is like a strong table. Even if one leg wobbles, the whole structure stays standing. Once your investments are diversified, the next step is to learn exactly where to place your money based on your timeline and comfort with risk. In the next step, we'll explore the main types of investments you can choose from and which ones might be right for you. Step 3. Understand your investment options. Once you know your goals and have a plan to diversify, it's time to choose the right vehicles for your money. In investing, there is no one-size-fits-all option. Each type of investment comes with its own level of risk, potential return, and time commitment. The secret is to match the right investment to the right purpose. Let's start with stocks. Owning shares of a company means you're literally a part owner. Stocks can offer high returns over the long term, but they can also be volatile in the short term. If you can handle the ups and downs, stocks, especially through index funds or exchange-traded funds, ETFs, can be a powerful growth tool. Then we have bonds, which are essentially loans you give to governments or corporations. Bonds tend to offer lower returns than stocks, but come with greater stability. They can be a great choice for balancing risk in your portfolio. Real estate is another popular option. Buying property to rent out or sell later can generate consistent cash flow and potential appreciation. The downside is that it often requires more upfront capital and active management. For those who want a hands-off approach, mutual funds or robo-advisors can handle the investing. For you, automatically diversifying your money and rebalancing your portfolio over time. And don't forget alternative investments like commodities, REITs, real estate investment trusts, or even certain cryptocurrencies. But always remember, these should be a smaller portion of your portfolio as they can carry higher risk. Draw my money tip. Every dollar you invest should have a purpose. Know what role each investment plays in your financial plan. Now that you understand your options, the next step is to decide how much to invest and how often, so you can build wealth consistently without feeling overwhelmed. In the next step, we'll talk about creating an investment budget that works for you. Step 4. Create an investment budget. One of the biggest mistakes new investors make is putting money into investments without a clear plan for how much they can afford to contribute. Investing should never come at the cost of your basic needs, your emergency fund, or your peace of mind. That's why creating a dedicated investment budget is essential. It ensures you're building wealth in a sustainable way. Start by reviewing your income and expenses to determine how much you can set aside each month. A common recommendation is to invest at least 10 to 20% of your monthly income. If that feels too high right now, start smaller. Even 5% invested consistently can grow into a significant amount over time thanks to compound growth. For example, if you invest $200 a month and earn an average return of 7% annually in 10 years, you could have nearly $35,000. That's the power of small, consistent contributions. The key is to treat investing like a non-negotiable bill you pay to yourself, not something you do only when you have extra. You should also decide on the frequency of your investments, whether it's monthly, bi-weekly, or quarterly, and stick to it. This habit not only builds your portfolio but also keeps you disciplined through both good and bad market conditions. Draw my money tip. Wealth is built with consistency, not intensity. Small amounts invested regularly can outperform large amounts invested occasionally. With your investment budget in place, the next step is to make sure your money is actually working for you, even when you're not watching it. In the next step, we'll talk about the importance of automating your investments so you never miss an opportunity to grow your wealth. Step 5. Automate your investments. One of the smartest moves you can make as an investor is to take your emotions and forgetfulness out of the equation. The easiest way to do that is to automate your investments. When your contributions happen automatically, you remove the temptation to skip a month or wait until the market looks better. This habit keeps you consistent, which is one of the biggest predictors of long-term success. Most brokerages, robo-advisors, and even some banks allow you to set up automatic transfers. From your checking account to your investment accounts on a schedule you choose. You can automate monthly contributions to index funds, retirement accounts, or any other asset in your portfolio. Once it's set, you no longer have to think about it. The system does the work for you. Automation also helps you benefit from dollar cost averaging, which means you invest the same amount regularly regardless of market conditions. Sometimes you buy at higher prices, sometimes at lower ones, but over time this averages out and can reduce the impact of market volatility. For example, if you invest $300 automatically every month into a diversified portfolio, in 10 years you could have well over $50,000, assuming average market returns. And you achieve that without constantly worrying about when to buy or sell. Draw my money tip: when investing becomes automatic, wealth becomes inevitable. Once your investments are running on autopilot, the next step is to protect your capital and make sure your portfolio stays balanced as the markets change. In the next step, we'll discuss how and when to review and rebalance your investments for maximum growth and safety. Step 6. Review and rebalance. Regularly investing is not a set-it-and-forget-it activity forever. While automation is powerful, you still need to check in on your portfolio to make sure it's aligned with your goals and risk tolerance. Over time, some investments will grow faster than others, and your portfolio can become unbalanced. For example, if your stocks perform very well for a few years, they might make up a much larger percentage of your portfolio than you originally intended, which could mean you're taking on more risk than you're comfortable with. Rebalancing means adjusting your investments back to your target allocation. This might involve selling a portion of the assets that have grown too much and reinvesting that money into areas that have lagged. It's not about chasing performance. It's about maintaining the level of risk and diversification you originally planned. A good rule of thumb is to review your portfolio at least once or twice a year. During your review, check if your investments are still aligned with your time horizon, your financial goals, and your risk tolerance. If your life situation changes, like starting a family, buying a home, or approaching retirement, your investment strategy might need to change too. Regular reviews also give you the opportunity to make sure your investments are still in strong, reliable assets and not in underperforming or high-fee products that drain your returns. Draw my money tip: small adjustments made regularly can prevent big problems later. With your portfolio reviewed and balanced, the final step is to focus on the mindset that will keep you investing successfully for decades, no matter what the market throws at you. In the next step, we'll talk about building the patience and discipline that separates average investors from truly wealthy ones. Step 7. Develop the mindset of a long-term investor. The final and most important step in successful investing is mastering your mindset. Even with the perfect strategy, the right diversification, and automated contributions, your emotions can derail your progress if you're not careful. Markets go up and down, sometimes sharply, and those fluctuations can tempt you to make impulsive decisions like selling when prices drop or chasing hot investments when prices rise. True long-term investors understand that volatility is normal. They see market dips as opportunities to buy at a discount, not as a reason to panic. They also avoid constantly checking their portfolio because daily market noise can cloud judgment and lead to unnecessary stress. You now have a complete roadmap for building wealth through smart investing. Define your investment goals, diversify to protect and grow your money, understand your investment options, create an investment budget, automate your investments, review and rebalance regularly, and develop the mindset of a long-term investor. Each of these steps is powerful on its own, but together they form a system that can carry you toward financial freedom regardless of where you're starting today. The truth is, investing is not reserved for the wealthy. It's the path to becoming wealthy. Whether you start with $50 or $5,000, what matters most is that you start and that you stay consistent. Every contribution you make, Every adjustment you follow through on, and every moment you resist the urge to act on emotion is another step toward your goals. Imagine yourself 10 years from now, looking back at this moment and realizing that today was the day you took control of your financial future. You're no longer worried about money. Instead, you're confident, secure, and free because you made the choice to invest wisely and consistently. Here's my challenge to you. Before the day ends, take one action toward your investment journey. Open an account, set up an automatic transfer, research an index fund, anything that moves you from thinking about investing to actually doing it. If this video inspired you, hit the like button, subscribe to Draw My Money, and share it with someone who's ready to take their finances to the next level. And remember, the best time to invest was yesterday. The second best time is right now. Your future self will thank you for the action you take today.